Hi, my name is Tim Murray, President and CEO of the Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce, and welcome to Chamber Exchange, a TV show. Chamber Exchange, a TV show, is an opportunity for you, our viewers, to meet and listen and view our guests who are small business owners or involved in economic development issues here in central Massachusetts and beyond. And the show happens because of Bank Hometown, who's our sponsor. So I want to thank Bank Hometown for sponsoring the show throughout this past year. Really pleased to have with us on our first segment, Brian Roberts, who is the Director and Health Coach at Central Mass Fat Loss. Brian, welcome.
Tim, thank you so much for having me here. I greatly appreciate this opportunity to speak in front of the Chamber and speaking with the Chamber and being so involved with it and having a lot of fun. So it's certainly a pleasure to be here.
Well, with our help here from our friends at Spectrum, we're beyond just our 2,300 members. We're out in Central and Western Mass to talk a little bit about this. But maybe you could just start off. You know, the company Central Mass Fat Loss. What is kind of the goal and intent of it?
So the goal and intent of Central Mass Fat Loss is to help and design people with their current lifestyle how to use foods differently. I call it fuel. Foods differently to be able to manage a healthier body and make it easier and understandable. And the reason why I say that is because, you know, as an individual who struggled with weight all of my life, so I was always between 250 pounds to 300 pounds. You know, maybe I get lucky and get down to 225 for a short time. So I knew how to lose weight, and I just didn't know how to keep it off. And then I stumbled across this program 7 years ago. I got asked to help build a company, which I did. And it started me on my journey of being able to once, finally in life, be able to maintain a healthy weight while enjoying a lot of everyday good foods. And trust me, I do enjoy everyday good foods.
Yeah.
So.
Well, so you know the experience that you just described. I mean, you're able to, as you're coaching or working with clients, you know, speak to it not just in theory but in practice, in the sense that, you know, you're someone who grappled with weight and kind of how to manage that. So that gives you, I think, some authenticity, a credibility as you try to coach. But before we get into the business, and you mentioned beyond just kind of your experience that you just described, you're also, I think, you're a certified holistic health and wellness coach.
Correct.
So you're not just coming into this in the terms of your perspective and experience. You've got some formal training.
I have, you know, I have a lot of formal training in the nutritional health and wellness aspect. And above me, my supporting doctor, Dr. Dan Fanceloff, is a chiropractor, board of directors for the Massachusetts Chiropractor Association, licensed in New York, licensed in Connecticut, licensed in Massachusetts. So not that I've ever used Dr. Dan other than him being a supporting doctor. So I have Dr. Dan as my backup. And again, it depends on every client because everyone is totally different. And some of the challenges that they faced, you know, might need a little bit more advice. So I have that doctor supporting me, and you know, that's those are kind of the credentials of the company. Dr. Dan is a cardiometabolic syndrome specialist, and cardiometabolic syndrome is the diseases and disorders associated with being overweight and obese.
Yep.
So we have that specialty on the back. But realistically, everything I do is very natural, very holistic, and I just, you know, people struggle, and I struggled.
Yeah. And so, you know, you use the word chiropractor, you're talking about alignment, you know, literally and figuratively, but, you know, what you're doing is kind of a broader alignment. I mean, there's a lot of data and research that talks about, you know, if we're going to bend the healthcare curve, if people are going to live healthier, more productive lives, you know, it's trying to take those proactive steps to eat well, nutrition, eating the right foods, and then kind of aligning that with kind of your day-to-day life and schedule. And that's kind of sounds like what you're doing. Maybe you could talk if a client comes in for the first time, what do you do? Is there an assessment? Do you talk about their schedule?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, typically we have like an initial consultation, and they're free. So, you'll come in, you'll make an appointment, and we'll do not a medical evaluation, but we'll get your kind of medical history, making sure that everything, what your challenges may be. And then after we do an assessment, I have a client go on a scale, and it's a professional scale that I bought and I've used 7,000 times. And basically it gives me insight to, how much muscle mass you have, how much fat mass you have, how much water mass you have,
right,
how much bone mass you have, where your metabolism is at this
Right.
point.
Which is a big issue in all of this, right? In terms
Well,
of how you
yeah, I
evaluate
mean,
someone.
it is, and a lot of people, really don't understand how simple it really is to engage in metabolism, and there's a lot of confusion around that. And during my journey, I've talked to genologists, oncologists, neurologists. I've worked with primary care physicians. I've set up endocrinologist up in New Hampshire on my program that she does actually in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
So I've spoken with all those, spheres that are associated with healthy living. And, the one thing I do, and I just stay in my lane. My lane is nutrition. How do I use foods effectively? My collaborations are Mind, Body, and Soul, which I have a collaboration with. Physical therapy company, which I have a collaboration with. Chiropractor, obviously, Dr. Dan. And then I have, and all of these people are unique.
Their specialties, but this client comes in. You do this kind of evaluation because someone's weight could be because of muscle density or different things. So how you might treat them different, somebody than maybe who was.
Everybody,
Yeah.
Everyone has a different muscle mass. Everyone has a different bone mass. Everyone has a different hydration level. Everybody has a different, lifestyle.
Right.
So Dunkin' Donuts, front person, whether you like your coffee regular or black, I work with that person.
Yeah.
Okay. A gentleman that buys and sells computer companies across the world, I've worked with him.
Yeah.
TV personalities that really shouldn't be on any kind of a diet at all, but being able to get their body composition in the right place, because obviously I've just gained 10 pounds because I'm on TV.
Yeah, right. So we just got a couple minutes left.
Okay.
You're in Westboro, so that's where people would come for an
Yep.
appointment and evaluation, which you said a consult is free.
Yep.
And you've got some December specials. We just got beyond Thanksgiving, which is associated with a lot of good eating, and the holidays are here. What's going on with December?
So December, every year in December, I look at, what has happened, transpired over the year, and I try to, pay forward. So in paying forward right now, if you sign up for a program, okay, in December, I'm going to take 10% off.
Okay.
Okay. If you're a chamber member, if you're coming from this video, okay, as a chamber member, I'm going to take 15% off. Okay. So I like to do, a discount, here and there. I might have a special month, but typically December I try to work with people. The good thing about my program is that I can get you started in December. You can enjoy your lifestyle.
Right.
I'm not going to change your lifestyle, but you're going to be set to go on January 2nd. And that's the good thing about my program, because you learn the lifestyle, and then you're doing the lifestyle, but you get to enjoy the holidays. So
Brian, if someone wants to call you, locate your website, just in the few minutes, the minute we have left.
Okay, all right. So it's www.centralmassfatloss.com. You can set up an appointment. It will say book now. You can send in a request.
Is there email on there, or you can?
There's a request on the website,
perfect. Yep.
and that will come into my email. And then my cell phone is 508-733-1410. So that's my client text message number, 508-733-1410. So if you just want to get a little feel, send me a text.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And then we can set up a call. So I've done some of my programs in person, but I do my programs nationally through Zoom.
Got it. Using the technology.
Absolutely.
So on location in Westboro, but also via Zoom.
Via Zoom, yep.
All right.
So you can get healthy at your location.
There you go. Making it easy and convenient.
Yeah.
One last time on the website.
So it's www.centralmassfatloss.com.
Brian Roberts, the director and health coach of Central Mass Fat Loss. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
All right. We're going to come right back for our next segment with Alex Guardiola, our Vice President of Government Affairs and Public Policy at the Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce.
These days, you've got your hands full in life. That's why we help you bank simply and securely with tools like Face ID and Touch ID. It's why we make it easy to make purchases on the go and get cash back while you're at it. Why we help you quickly deposit checks wherever you are. And it's why we lend a hand with sending and receiving money right from your phone. So even when you're on the move, you can manage your finances. Bank Hometown. Unlock your potential.